Oh, really?
I ain't got no problem.
Blasted him.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I just said that his legacy, LeBron's legacy, is unimpacted by anything that Kawhi does. That's it.
So, before I get to the guts of my answer, I must admit, I love the decision number 2 made because I can't not love it. I challenged him all week last week to have the guts to compete against LeBron. Don't join him, fight him. Come to his town and fight him. Face-to-face in his own building. Share the building and fight him. That was my theme all last week, and by golly, he did it. So, and he did bring along some big help, but he did it. He chose to go face-to-face with LeBron at Staples Center. So, to me, I got to applaud that move because I have mixed emotions here. I have no choice but to applaud that because that did take some measure of guts, even though he did holla at his boy, and his boy came.
Yeah.
Okay? But I got that. But you can't blame him for that because that's the way the game is played now. Everybody does.
Oh, but no.
Because there are no more Michael Jordans.
Well,
there was one and one only, and he's now running Charlotte, barely.
Into the ground, I might add.
Into the ground, yeah.
But hold on, Skip. Why aren't you offering the critique of the criticism of him getting another great player to come along? Because that's what you did with LeBron.
Yeah, but he's shaky. He's not a closer. He needs help. He knows he needs help. He knows full well because he's a shrewd operator, as we've been finding out.
Yeah, a lot shrewder than we gave him credit for.
He knew just how lucky he was last year in Toronto because every break in the world went his way.
Literally and figuratively.
That's correct. The basketball god said, "Let there be championship." And it was. Yeah. So he knows, boy, if you're going to go back to the West, he knows the West because he played in the West for a long time. But he had some help. Yes. He had Duncan Parker and Ginobili. And so now he's saying, I want to go to the Clippers and share that building with that guy. I need help. Okay. Kevin, come help me. No, sorry, I'm staying in New York. Jimmy Butler, come. No, I'm going to Miami. Kyrie. Me and KD, we're like this, man. Right. We got to do this with the Nets. Right. And it comes down to he's begging. He's going over to Paul George's house to beg him.
So he begging,
come with it. Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I'm giving you that.
Isn't that a knock? That's a knock. I mean, begging is so unbecoming.
Okay. All right.
Ooh.
But guess what happened? Very late Friday night and early Saturday morning in the East, because it was almost 2 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. Number 2 dropped a stealth bomb that changed NBA history in my estimation because it effectively ended LeBron's championship possibilities. LeBron James is not going to win another championship without number 2. Period. End of story.
So you give him that kind of credit?
Yes, I do, because it would have taken the Clippers completely out of the equation. They would have not been a contender without him because he brought Paul George. So that wouldn't have happened. So the Clippers are still flailing. They would have scrambled just like the Lakers just did and tried to sign this guy and that guy and this guy, and it all adds up to whatever. Because you still don't have a star, except you got Montrez and Lou Williams, and that's it, right?
Okay, correct.
So you take them out of the equation. But more important, what did you talk about? Why were you about to throw a parade last week? Because on hair trigger was the potential to have LeBron James and Anthony Davis and number 2 all in purple and gold.
Yes.
And they become maybe the most prohibitive favorite in the history of the NBA going into the season, right?
Yes.
And I gave it up to you. I said, yeah, they might win a couple of, heck, they might win 3, let's say 3 of the next 4 championships, depending how long LeBron can hang in there and hang on at his age. But again, up to 38, yeah, maybe they could win 3 more championships. What if LeBron went from 3-6, which he is right now, to 6-6? What if LeBron could say, I won as many championships as Michael Jordan won, and I doubled him in finals appearances. I got 12, and he had only 6.
Yeah, but then you and the other Jordan apologists will say, yeah, but Michael was 6 for 6, 6 finals MVPs. Okay,
obviously I would cling to that and I would fight for that because that's 6-0. But it would give you so much more ammunition that you have right now at 3-6.
I got enough ammo.
No, you don't.
I got plenty of ammo.
You don't. It's not
got
credible.
50,000 rounds.
It's not credible ammo.
Yes, it is.
Not like this. So you had it and you knew it. It's right there. It's like within your grasp.
Did LeBron retire?
What are you talking about?
Did he retire?
Looked like he did last year.
Oh, my goodness, Skip.
He went 28-27 in the games he started last year.
And still had more points than Kawhi and KD.
Okay, so I'm going to say this also about number 2. the cowardly decision, but actually the smarter decision for number 2 at 2 a.m. Eastern would be to say, okay, I give up. I'm joining LeBron. Because if you want legacy, if we're talking about improving legacy, obviously it would be far more impressive for him to win a championship leading the Clippers, along with Paul George, to a championship, the doormats of L.A., the stepchild. But in the end, that's going to be very difficult. I'm not sure he can pull that off with Paul George. And you know how I feel about Paul George. What have I often called him?
You called him George Paul.
George Paul.
But now he's a savior.
I didn't say he was a savior.
Oh, yeah, then you talked about how good he is. He was first-team All-NBA, first-team All-Defense.
Well, they now have the 2 best two-way players in basketball.
They do.
And Paul George had a phenomenal, he had his best year last year.
And what did he get?
I just say what I see.
And couldn't get him out the first round.
Thank you very much. To my point, that's the point. That's what you're up against are 2 guys who I think they have shaky intangibles. I'm not sold on either one. But if number 2 takes the cowardly way out and says, I'm joining LeBron and AD, what if he puts 3 more championships on his resume? What if he wins 2 more Finals MVPs and he's got 4 Finals MVPs?
With no regular season means nothing.
Okay, what if he did win a regular season MVP? But now that he's the media darling because he out of last year, I've never seen anything like it. I kept telling you, he's the most protected superstar this side of LeBron James. So now you'd have 2 of them playing together. What if LeBron did go full-on Magic Johnson? He's the orchestrator, distributor, and all of a sudden, it's between AD and number 2, and maybe number 2 actually decides to play like 50 games. I don't know, and maybe it's enough to qualify. I think you have to play 50 to qualify for MVP of regular season. What if he did? What if he won it? I don't know. He's certainly got the ability to win an MVP.
But you see, the praise and the adulation that will be heaped on Kawhi if he were to win a final, were to win a championship with Paul George, would be looked at a lot differently if LeBron wins one with AD. Oh, he got AD. He ain't do it by himself. But Kawhi...
Okay, who is viewed as the better player between AD and Paul George?
Hold on. Why was this? So why we keep talking about Kawhi and what he did with Paul George? I keep telling... I said that.
Okay, you kept telling me yesterday, what would 30 GMs say?
Yeah, you already know. Well, 31, because you a GM, you pretend to be one up here. You take an AD too, wouldn't you?
I could be a really good GM.
No, you could
not. Look
not.
at my track record, I'm really good.
Yeah.
I've been told that by a couple of GMs. So go ahead.
All I know is this, Skip. Look, Kawhi is phenomenal. But as you keep harping on this, you told me, I don't know how he won Finals MVP. He didn't lead him in scoring. He didn't lead him in rebounding. He didn't lead him in assists. He was the 4th option.
He was 5th and plus minus on the team.
So now all of a sudden,
I don't know.
He's won this championship with Toronto, and he goes to the Clippers. Now we're gonna put him amongst the pantheons.
I don't. You were last week because you were recruiting him like crazy right here in your seat.
No.
Yeah, you were.
It's hard. I don't even know how he gets cracks the top. He might not can get to the top 3 in the small forward.
Okay.
How did he get over Larry Bird and LeBron? How did he jump them?
Okay, you're preaching to my choir. I got you. I'm with you.
Skip, I'm not. Look, Kawhi is phenomenal.
Okay, but he finally impressed me for the first time ever. He took the harder road, the harder fork. He went to the left. He went to the stepchild.
He should have, if he didn't impress you, you got to go it alone, at least for a year.
Well, I know, but you just say that's impossible.
That's what my guy did. My guy...
Newest star in L.A. Kawhi certainly shook the NBA world when he chose to sign with the Clippers instead of Shannon's Lakers or the Raptors. The Claw already led Toronto to their first NBA title, and now he has the chance to do the same thing for the Clippers. Meanwhile, that other LA team and LeBron missed out on convincing Kawhi to become a Laker, which may have hurt the Kings' chances for a 4th title. The Athletic's Frank Isola wrote this about Kawhi. He's already a 2-time NBA Finals MVP who knew that going to the Lakers and winning with the purple and gold would have enhanced LeBron's legacy more than anything. Imagine winning a title with the Clippers while preventing LeBron from getting another ring. That would place Kawhi in a different stratosphere. This move was about Kawhi's legacy and plotting his own future. Interesting argument,
Well,
Shannon.
that's debatable.
How will Kawhi and LeBron's legacies both be impacted by his decision to join the Clippers?
LeBron's legacy will be unimpacted. You can't undo what's already been done. How do you take those 4 regular season MVPs, those 3 finals MVPs, He's a top 5 in scoring. He's going to be possibly top 5 in assists. I don't believe Kawhi's decision impacts Bron in any way. Now, can Kawhi enhance